That's a first down.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the episode 8 of the Wright Athletic Podcast. CJ Wright here. Today I'm introducing you guys another voice just to get to know a little bit more about him. Joining the show today is Chandler Conner, huge sports fan, dedicated family man, and someone who always brings great passion and perspective and energy to every conversation. So Chandler's kind of the guy that who can break down a game, talk life, and still keep things fun while doing it. Blessed to have him on board with us here. And we're excited and pumped for you guys to get to know him a little bit better. So, everybody, again, welcome, Chandler. And what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Thank you for that, TJ. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Glad to bring what I can to the Wright Athletic Podcast, and excited for the future, man.
It's been fun. Chandler was on our first episode with Medina basketball. Obviously, we've grown a little bit since episode 1 already.
Right.
But yeah, just kind of getting into some background here a little bit. Chandler, did you play any sports growing up?
That I did. I played basketball is my first love. I played that when I was very young, from when I was about 6 all the way up until I'd say about middle school. I also played football. That was pretty big for me as well. Baseball a little bit, but mainly football, basketball.
You got it. What school?
Lake High School. Yeah.
Okay, good deal. And I guess, so you just kind of mentioned Lake and you played all sports for them. Is that kind of the sports background? Is that what shaped you into who you are today?
I think so. So I was a little bit lazy when I got to high school. So I kind of lost touch with the sports side a little bit for a little while. But it's really my grandfather who got me into sports and stuff like that, who I would talk to him and stuff like that. So me and him would always touch base, talk trades, talk this team, talk that team. He'd be like, "Hey, you really need to go back to play this, play that," and try to get me back into everything. You know what I mean? So I fell out of love with it for a little while because I was just doing, dumb stuff, high school kids do. But once I got back to, what I was supposed to be doing, sports was my true love.
Good deal. So I remember like the first time I met you, mutual friend of ours, Austin. He was
Shout
having a
out
draft
Austin.
party. What's up, Austin?
Love you, buddy.
He was having that draft party, and I pull into Austin's driveway, and here's Chandler in a Vikings jersey, and I'm like, "All right, well,
Skull.
you are you're a fan, you're a sports guy." So, and then that whole night, I mean, we literally had phenomenal conversation. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but it wasn't also like who's right, who's wrong. It was just awesome having a conversation and kind of collecting those thoughts.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun watching the draft.
For sure. So what are some of your hobbies and interests doing like outside of sports? I know you watch Pat McAfee. We've got it on right now in case any free agent transactions happen.
Right.
Yeah, I know you're big into ESPN. You watch sports damn near all the time, play sports video games. So
Right.
outside of sports, what does Chandler do?
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard to see me doing something that's not sports related or something like that. But when I'm not, it's really you touched on it a little bit. I'm a little bit of a video game guy. I like to play video games, stuff like that. This is gonna sound a little crazy. I don't know if this is crazy or not, but I'm a Lego guy. Like building Legos, stuff like that. Again, it's a sports related, but I'm an F1 guy. I like the F1 Legos and stuff like that. All the different teams, stuff like that. I like to try to get as many of those.
Along.
Yeah. I like to. I'm working on a bonsai tree Lego right now, big one right now that I'm kind of excited about. So I know that sounds a little stupid, but
no, they get those the botanical collection.
That's
I
exactly
thought was
what I got.
crazy because like my parents, they do Legos from time to time, and Brittany and I, we've talked about doing them, but like those botanicals, dude, like people flock over those, and I know my parents do. So it's funny to hear someone, I guess, like my generation closer to me talk about them because I don't know. To me, it was like, well, it's just a flower, but there's probably a lot more involved.
Yeah, honestly, I have 2 of them. Honestly, there's I forget what the other flower is. I think it's a chrysanthemum or something. It's orange and red, and I was like orange again. Here's my sports brain. I was like orange, browns.
There you
gotta get some of that color in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say other than sports and Legos, video games, main weird guy
Nerdy
stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Star Wars as well. Huge Star Wars nerd.
Okay.
That's why me and Austin get along pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, huge Star Wars nerd. Yeah.
So Chandler, I reached out to you. I know that's crazy to think about. This is episode 9. I mean,
Yeah.
so we're 9 weeks deep into this. And I reached out to you and kind of pitched this to you, hopping on board when you can. Same I did with Brett. What made you want to say yes?
First off, like you said, the first time I met you, me and you talked, I feel like we connected over sports.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they were talking and doing what is it they were doing. They'd flow in and out of it. But me and you were like, yeah, but this, yeah, but me and you were
Yeah.
debating this. It was a fun time. And I figured that if we could do that on a platform, and not only that, get some tape for some high school kids out there and get them recognized as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what really this is all about.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You
Yep.
know what I mean? It's just a side piece for me that it's a side piece that I get to come around here and have a lot of fun. The main thing is getting their tape out there, getting them to the schools that they need to get recognized. Because there's a lot of talent around
Yeah.
the schools around here that
Absolutely.
that goes under the radar a lot of the time for a lot of reasons. And I mean, I'm just glad that we can get out here and get their
Yeah.
tape out and get them
Try to get
recognized.
their Brett said last week the term and try to get their name, image, likeness out there. So
I like that.
nothing
Hell yeah, like
crazy,
that,
but
like
I
that.
mean, for real, like there's, I look at that first episode we did with Lucas, and he did not have a big social media presence. He's coming off of a foot injury, and
Mhm.
here he is walking onto his first podcast, and I would love to have him back.
Absolutely.
And now
Absolutely.
that especially
That
we're in the
was a lot of fun.
studio, and it'd probably be able to hear him a lot better and see how his season went and
Yeah.
things like that. So that's what it's all about to me.
Yeah, him and Coach were a lot of fun. Corey
Yeah.
Tripp as well. That was a privilege. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Corey it was cool meeting somebody who's, like, as again, we're getting into this, like, going to be interviewing some, obviously high school players, but hopefully some college players.
Right.
It'd be amazing to get some sort of a pro on,
Yeah.
at some point. But it's just kind of watching that transaction of Corey already being at that next
Yeah.
level. Like that was pretty cool.
Getting to interview someone that I've seen personally on TV too.
Yeah.
Versus, because I remember that game when they were playing versus Tennessee in the tournament a couple years ago. That
Mhm.
was that's when we got to talk to him about that fader. That's when me and my buddy were watching that game. We're like, because to be honest, I didn't know who he was until that game, and I just saw that fader over
Mhm.
and over and over, and I'm like, wow. I was like, this kid can shoot. And then
Oh,
they
yeah.
said he's from Ohio, and I'm like, whoa, and then comes full circle. We get to interview him. It's crazy. That was a privilege. That was a lot of fun.
That's cool. So Chandler, something just kind of open up with the audience here. You haven't been on since episode 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Chandler take a lot of it from here. But we wanted to talk about that and kind of who Chandler is also, non-sports related. So Chandler has epilepsy, and from there I will let him take it and
Yeah.
kind of talk about that.
So after the first episode, I think it was a day or a couple days after that, I ended up having a seizure. Nothing crazy. I do have epilepsy. I've lived with it for about 2021 is when I had my first pretty serious seizure.
What was going through your mind when that happened?
Can I be honest with you, dude? I don't even remember it. I was at work, and I just gotten home from work. My buddy picked me up. I got home. Me and him sit down. I pick up my controller to play some video games, and he said he felt the couch shaking. He was bent down petting my cat,
Mm.
and he looks up and he sees me shaking. And I didn't have epilepsy, so he thought I was joking at first.
Mm.
I
Kids being kids.
right.
Yep.
He just thought I was joking, and then he saw. Look, sorry to be a little graphic here. He saw a little blood and foam coming out of my mouth, and he was like, "Oh no, something's wrong."
Sure.
So he called 911 immediately. I was in the hospital for a little while. They discharged me. They didn't think it was anything too crazy because I didn't have a history of epilepsy or anything like that. And then that night, I went to sleep, and then my roommate's girlfriend ran upstairs because she said she heard a loud thud. I don't remember this, but I guess I was on the ground seizing again. They took me back to the hospital. That was on a Tuesday, and I remember waking up in the hospital on Friday.
Mm.
They had just pumped me full of drugs, did MRIs, tests, did everything they need to do. They told me when I woke up I probably have epilepsy. They don't know where it really stemmed from. I've done multiple MRIs, EEGs, which they just stick a bunch of electrodes to your head, and they monitor your brain when you sleep for about 24 to 48, anywhere from 72 hours.
Gotcha.
They try to figure out where in your brain the epilepsy is stemming from. They try to maybe even induce a seizure to see where it is exactly. They can try to treat
Pinpoint
the
it.
epilepsy and figure out where it is. I've
Sure.
done multiple of those. Unfortunately, there's hasn't been anything yet that they can say this is why, this is the link, this is a cause or anything. So I'm on medication now, trying to quell the seizures, trying to get back to normal life, get back to
Sure.
work, get back to do everything that I want to be able to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. I mean, because you've lived, I mean, your whole life, like you said, up until 2021 when you were first diagnosed. And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
by the
for
way.
sure, man.
But you've lived your whole life up until that point, and then just wanting to go back, like, how has that diagnosis changed your life?
Honestly, it's been a big change, honestly. I was working. I haven't been able to work for a little while since, because it's just I can never really from a standpoint of a managerial standpoint, I completely understand, because if you don't know if this person's going to be in, and,
Sure.
and when they'll be fine for a month, 2 months, and then next thing you know, they're not in for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I understand. I get it. It sucks, but working has been really hard. I'm not allowed to drive until I'm 6 months to a year seizure free, which again, very much so sucks, but I understand that. I can't be behind the wheel and have a seizure and put somebody else's life at risk.
Sure.
I can't do that.
Right.
So it's changed my life quite a lot.
Right.
It's just trying to get used to the new normal. I feel like is sometimes a little frustrating, gets somebody down a little bit, but I try to keep a level head about things and try to keep upbeat about everything. But
It's a great attitude to have. I know we've talked multiple times on the show with athletes, about faith and just staying positive and things like that. And
right.
it's always something that's always, in a way, hit home with me about you, is going through the challenges that you do with your epilepsy. Somehow, some way, Chandler always remains to stay positive about something.
I
Um,
gotta try, man.
So
Gotta try.
I really appreciate that about you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Um,
that.
I mean, as far as managing it, I know there's no tried and true medications. Like, do you have methods, things that help you with the managing aspect of it?
I feel like there's things I can do to mitigate my potential risk of having a seizure. They say like lights and like flashing lights and stuff. Luckily, they said they think I'm not light sensitive or
Cool.
something like that.
Okay.
It might be more in an auditorial thing, sounds, sensory, something like that. Which I don't really know how to mitigate that, because I'm always listening to music, always doing this, always have Pat McAfee on in the background or something like that. Always have some type of noise or something. So it's like, other than knowing that I'm not light sensitive, it's just I try to stay away from ridiculously loud noises. Like if I'm at a concert or something, I can't go up into the pit as much as I once wanted to and hang out all up in the front. So got to be back a little bit. Can't really go to any crazy EDM shows with the flashing lights and stuff, but I wasn't really doing that a whole lot.
No.
So I mean, nothing really that much has changed, honestly. So I can be thankful for that.
Good deal. Good deal. And I feel like with you too, I mean, sports has kind of been that one thing that, like, not only keeps you positive, but just keeps you plugging.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the little bit I've known you, it's always been some way, shape, form about and around sports.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you
So-
said, when you were asking us, you asked me about the lights and stuff like that. What color do you want the lights? I'm like, well, we got to go red for the Buckeyes.
There you go.
And you asked about the mics. I'm like, well, I got to go purple for my Vikings skull. By
Okay.
the way, let's go Vikings.
There you
I mean,
go.
go Brownies. By the way, we're in Ohio. By the way, and let me get this out first and foremost. I grew up. I absolutely love the Browns. Nothing against the Cleveland Browns whatsoever. It's just when I was young, my one of my uncles put me in a Packers jersey. Believe it or not, he put me in a Brett Favre Packers jersey. Right.
Okay.
And my uncle, who's a Vikings fan, came over and he looked at my mom and what the hell is this? What the hell?
Yeah.
And mom's like, I didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
I didn't
Don't
do
want
it.
in it.
And he said, all right, we're gonna do something about this.
Yeah.
He goes, hey Chandler, say touchdown, because I knew what that meant as a young kid. I went touchdown. He picked that jersey up, threw it in the trash. He took me to Velocity Sports. Shout out Velocity Sports. I don't know if they're still a thing. And he bought me
Mall shop.
a babe in the mall, in the Canton
Yep.
Center Mall,
Okay.
actually. And he bought me a little baby Randy Moss, Dante Culpepper, and Chris Carter jersey. And it's been Skull Nation ever since then.
Damn.
Been a huge Vikings fan ever since then. But also, I mean, come on. I live in Ohio. Went to Browns games as a kid. Love the Browns, but
Yeah, we're gonna transition and talk about sports. I mean, I've been tried and true Browns fan, Buckeye fan, and
Yeah,
you know
OH.
it's IO.
Let's go.
I just with the Browns, man, just sometimes like that. I don't want to say heartbreak, but
The
like
heartbreak, yeah.
that,
That's
like,
right.
what are
Yeah.
we doing? That realization of like, come on, guys, get your heads out of your butts.
Yeah.
I'm also a secondary Lions fan, so I
Okay.
started following the Lions with Matt Patricia, which go Bucks, but bro, you come on. Anyways, um, so I started following him with him, and it was not fun there either.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, hey,
I
at
get
least I'm watching two losing teams.
it.
And then Dan Campbell came along, and it's
Oh
just
God.
completely turned the program around. So
I mean, shout out
that's
Dan
where I'm at
Campbell. My
as
God,
my
shout out Dan
sports.
Campbell. He's in the same division as my Vikings, but my God, is that man? Is that
He's
man?
mean.
He is mean, tough, and he's everything you want about a coach.
Yes.
Everything. Him and
Yes.
Vrabel are everything you want about a coach, and that's something that I almost laugh about, and I hate to bring it up, but how did Cleveland have him and not do anything with Vrabel? Like that. That's something that I still.
Again, like that heartbreak, that
That again,
that
that like I said, that go
mentality
back.
of what are
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
doing?
yeah. Like what?
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. Um, Chandler, I mean, we have a huge, support system throughout the audience. So just kind of circling back to that, and then we can get into some of the more sports talk.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know that, I'm here for you. Brett's here for you. Our audience, our fans are here for you.
Yeah.
Riker Road, Cavecast Podcast, those guys are here for you. So
Yeah.
you got a support team. I know yourself and your family, but
Right.
you've also got your followers here with you too.
Yeah.
So
And that's something
stay positive, man.
I really appreciate from you, everybody. Thank you guys so much. That's something that that means a lot to me. It's not something that I take for granted. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yep.
Honestly,
Just always
thank you
know,
guys so
guys,
much.
if Chandler's not here, he's not at that specific episode, but he watches all of them all the time. There's times where I can text him and, hey, I need some help finding some info out on this athlete. He will some way, somehow get me some sort of stat line and info. So he really helps me at least do my homework. Brett, he does a phenomenal job of doing his own, but I mean, in between work and being a coach and a dad and husband and everything else I got going on, Chandler's kind of been my right hand man, at least helping me with the information and getting some of that stuff put together. So appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man. If I can fill in the gap wherever you need me, that's what I'm here for.
That's what we do. So talking about some sports, what are some of your free agent reactions from yesterday?
I think that the biggest one that I'm not hearing too much talk about, in my opinion, is Mike Evans to the 49ers.
Yeah.
That is huge. I don't want to say I've even been a Buccaneers fan, but how can you not be a fan of what Mike Evans has done over
I like Mike
NFL
Evans.
career?
I know the last couple years, he's been a little more injury prone than not.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's a good name in the locker room. He's a good asset, and he's a hell of a receiver. So I'm excited for Brock Purdy. Hopefully they can chase it and utilize him any way they can.
I mean, he's like a Larry Fitzgerald type of guy. He's going to give you 1,000 yards pretty much every damn season, literally every season. I mean, except for this last season, injuries and all. I mean, he's been one of the most impressive receivers over the past, honestly, his entire 10-year, I believe, NFL career. I mean, he's one of those guys that I'm drafting every year in fantasy, every single year.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends are, why'd you take Mike Evans so high? I was like, he's a guaranteed 1,000-yard receiver. I mean, that's a guarantee. So
I feel the same way. I'm kind of interested to follow and see what's going on with Stephon Diggs. That's how I am with fantasy. I did not get him last year. Austin actually did snag him up right before me. And then he got tired of him, and he dropped him. I can't remember.
So did the Patriots.
Yeah, but he dropped him, and I can't remember for who. And I picked him up. I'm like, you just dropped Stephon Diggs. You're an idiot. And I picked him up, and great player, no consistent player-ish.
Okay-ish, yeah.
I can count on him for fantasy for 13
for
points,
sure.
12, 13 points, depending your league.
For sure.
Damn near every game. He might have a couple off games, but
I wonder what he's going to do. I honestly think that with all these rumors I hear about Minnesota talking about every person that's ever been in the building, we're talking to Kirk Cousins again. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we try to bring Stephon back. I really wouldn't. We just got rid of Jalen Naylor yesterday. There's one receiver down. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon is one of the guys that ends up coming back to Minnesota.
I did not see this, and I don't know if you did. Um, Greg Newsome was going to the Giants.
Wow, really?
I did not see that one. I'm on
Wow. When was
Shefty's
that?
3 hours ago. I'm on Shefty's Facebook right now. I was going through to see a
Wow.
couple from yesterday that we could, talk about. The Saints getting Travis Etienne. That's a huge move. That's a big price tag, but big
Big,
move.
big, big price tag. But yeah, that's a good move. Good move.
GZOP. That was shocking. Newsome.
And I mean,
The
and
Giants.
obviously, though, I mean, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, Kenneth Walker and the
Yep.
Chiefs. I mean,
Yeah,
come
that's.
on.
I'm very shocked. I was telling Austin again
I-
yesterday why the Seahawks wouldn't. I don't know, but
See,
right there, Lions signing Pacheco. I was wondering who they were going to pick up
Wow.
because now, I mean, Kansas City, they've got.
Okay. Well, honestly, Pacheco was on the move as soon as Kenneth Walker signed on the dotted line with Kansas City.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be a backup. He knew what was
We were
going
talking yesterday who was going to get cut though first, Pacheco or Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt?
He's with Kansas City, right? Am I going to look like an idiot and have to edit this out?
You're right.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure he went back to the Chiefs.
You're right. That's on me.
You're good. You had me going there.
I honestly forgot he went back to Kansas City too, because he played for Kansas City, all the stuff that happened. Then he was with the Browns, then back to Kansas City. You're right. I completely forgot. Wow.
What do you feel about Tua?
No disrespect. I'm glad he didn't come to Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't.
No disrespect.
I feel like people dog Tua a lot more than they should.
And that's because
the dude went 44-32 in his overall career right now. He still has a winning record.
You're right. And
He's
the reason
an
I
over
say
500
that,
quarterback.
Minnesota doesn't have a good enough line to protect him. I love my Vikings.
Yeah.
I don't think that we have a good enough line to protect Tua. Tua has gotten himself into some pretty scary situations twice.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the line that they have in Atlanta right now is any too different from the line that he has in Miami. So I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that they can protect him. But that was tough to watch. I mean, I grew up, I'm a Ohio State fan, obviously, but I'm someone who I wanted to go to school to be a coach. My favorite coach of all time is Nick Saban.
Gotcha.
He's a Nick Saban product. When I grew up watching him, I want Tua to do well. I want all of Saban's players. I don't want to see somebody like this on the foot. That's scary, man. That's no joke. That's scary. I don't want to see that happen. And
no.
I just don't think that the line in Atlanta is really any that different than his line in Miami, if I'm being honest.
I hope that Stefanski can invest in a line in Atlanta, unlike he could in Cleveland.
That's the scary thing is.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna need something. He's gonna need some help. There was another one.
This kind of reminds me of the Browns getting Deshaun.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Kevin Stefanski the coach at the time of the signing? So what is the first thing that he does when he gets to Atlanta? Sign a big quarterback who used to be kind of pretty good with absolutely no line to protect him. What did he do when he got to Cleveland? Signed Deshaun Watson for the biggest quarterback contract a quarterback's ever made, with the most fully guaranteed a quarterback's ever made, with no line to protect him.
Yeah, not right off the rip, but he did.
Yeah.
The other one that was shocking everybody yesterday, we talked about it at work a little bit, was Devin Bush. I know Eric Weber's pretty upset about that. I think it's a loss, but I also think with the linebacker we picked up from the Jets, I think it's going to be a decent swap.
Yeah, I think getting rid of him sucks. And anyway,
he had a ball out season last year. I liked him.
And this is two Ohio State fans, mind you. He's a Michigan man, mind you. But let's talk about that. Losing him sucks. He's great. You lose a lot in the midfield when you lose a guy like him, because he's a guy who can threaten the quarterback, or as we've seen, he can drop back into coverage and he'll pick a ball off. He's super athletic. Losing a guy like him, especially on a team like Cleveland, again, absolutely no offense. And it's just, that's not fun. That's not fun. But again, I don't think bolstering the offensive line for any team, as an ex-offensive lineman myself, I know it may be hard to believe by the looking at me, but I used to be an offensive lineman. I never think getting an offensive lineman is a bad problem.
Yeah.
Look what your Lions did.
Yep.
Everyone thought when they signed Jared Goff, oh, Jared Goff, the old man, he's not going to do anything. What happens when you guys just draft lineman after lineman after lineman after lineman?
For sure.
It's protect your quarterback at all costs, man. Who's going to do that? Your lineman. I mean, as we've seen, the best teams in the NFL usually are the teams with the best offensive line.
So not only football related, but of all time, all sport, who is your favorite athlete?
That's such a hard question. I feel
Do
like.
you want me to narrow it down to sport?
Honestly, if we could do that, that'd be cool.
Who is your favorite football player of all time?
Football player? And honestly, still, man, that's so tough. It's a toss-up really between, I want to say, Randy Moss or Adrian Peterson. Those are one of those two. I
like AP.
I can't make my mind up.
I like AP. We already talked about your favorite team being the Vikings, which makes sense that you would pick AP and Randy Moss.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sports movie? We always talk about this with everybody.
Mighty Ducks is such a good one, but I don't know if
nobody has said that yet.
Really?
Nobody has said that.
Well, I felt like that was a cop-out answer almost.
We were like...
I almost felt like that's a cop-out answer.
The most popular so far, I think, is Remember the Titans.
Yeah. Wow,
we've talked about The Longest Yard a couple times. Never talked about Coach Carter.
Yeah.
So Remember the Titans, Longest Yard.
Forrest Gump count?
Sure.
Played college football, Roll Tide, played for Alabama.
Brett talks about Rudy. But nobody has said Coach Carter or Mighty Ducks.
Speaking of Rudy, real quick, we take a minute. Rest in peace, Lou Holtz, man. That's such a big loss, man.
Yeah.
He was such a huge,
I've not
big
talked to you
light
since that happened
in the college football world, and God, that's such a big loss, man. I'm not even a Notre Dame fan.
No, but he was a great guy.
He was such a good guy.
For years, his broadcasting for years was awesome. And stats stick behind him for coaching too. So
he lost. I think he lost 2 games at Notre Dame and won 100. He won 100+ games at Notre Dame and however long he was there and lost 2. Come on, but that's ridiculous. So I mean, his records speak for himself. He was such a great man. And I don't know if I told you right before we hopped on, my grandfather was super influential in my life. Lou Holtz actually showed up to my grandfather's funeral because they went to mass together. Afterwards, I tap on my back, you hear, son. I'm like, as soon as I knew, that voice, I turned around and I'm like, thank you so much for showing up, coach. And he's like, it's Mr. Holtz today, son. I'm like, you're always going to be coach to me.
Sure.
So you're up to us. Thank you so much for doing this, coach. You did not have to come and do this. I really appreciate you. So I just want to give a shout out to Lou Holtz, his family, the University of Notre Dame, anybody affected by his passing. You have my condolences, and we lost a great one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Circle back to it. Favorite sports movie?
Man.
Sounds like it's going to be Rudy now.
I almost do want to say Rudy, dude, but I feel like I got to say Coach Carter. That's the one that came to mind at first.
Okay.
That's the one that came to mind at first.
Nobody said it.
And Remember the Titans as well. It's one of those two.
You're our first Coach Carter.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll
take it.
Who would be, if I could get him on the show and or get you to meet that person, who would be your dream sports interview?
LeBron.
That will never happen. He ain't coming to my show. I can tell you that. He's got better things to do.
I mean, come on. I'm just a kid from Akron, just like LeBron.
Okay.
You're just a kid from the 330.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, look, more realistically, how about Harold Fannin?
Okay.
Gotta love. Shout out McKinley.
I don't think I could do it, but that's a little more realistic.
God, but I'd love to interview both of them just because those are 2 local guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like we grew up in the same places. We go to the same restaurants, same streets, same hoods. You know what I'm saying? That's just us. So I 330 boys. I'd like that a lot. Or we get to interview both of them at the same time. That'd be awesome. Because LeBron's a Browns fan,
mm-hmm.
and I'd have to guess that Harold Fannin Jr. is probably a LeBron fan.
Yeah.
Growing up from Ohio in Canton, I'm not putting words in his mouth or anything like that. But if I had to guess, I guess at one point in his career, he'd probably been a LeBron fan.
What did you think of? I really I'm happy I didn't call you yesterday because like I was gonna like start calling you and
Yeah,
texting you
yeah,
about some of this stuff, but then I was like, well, I can save some of this for the episode. What do you think about Rico Dowdle?
dude. I
Because that is one that like uh, I could be wrong, but like on Adam Schefter's Facebook
yeah,
and like feed, that's not even on there. Like a lot of people are not
really.
talking about that. I couldn't find it, but if
So
I'm,
I mean, so do we know if it's legit? Because I mean,
it
I think
was.
it is, but if it's
I
not
mean,
coming
it's
from
literally
Shefty,
it was all over. Yeah, right here. I mean, you just Google it now, and it's right here. Current team, Pittsburgh Steelers.
wow.
I mean, it was all over the Sports Illustrated stuff, the Yahoo stuff,
Yeah.
NFL,
So it
ESPN.
is
But
legit.
for some
Yeah.
reason, I could not find it on Adam Schefter's feed. But
Somebody else probably got to it first if I had to guess.
Rico Dowdle going to the Steelers is. I don't know, man. There was the couple moves here in our division that I'm like, I was shocked. I mean, Max Crosby going to the Ravens. I mean, Joe Burrow's got to be
I was
shaking in
waiting.
his
I was
boots
waiting
right
to talk
now.
about that because my God, that
Did
what
you
is
hear
going
the
on in
sound
the?
clip? I don't know if it's real or not, but of Jamar Chase while he was gaming
That
and
was
got
real.
the text.
That was real.
Like,
That was
dude,
real. I
like
saw that.
to have
Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
reaction,
Yeah.
like that's
Okay.
insane.
Well, I'm
Like
sorry.
you're
I think
going
it was
up
real.
against now Max Crosby, um, Miles Garrett, and who's your dude from the Steelers? The other
My
one?
dude from the Steelers.
Not your dude, but who's the other dude?
TJ Watt.
Thank you. Jeez,
Yeah,
Pete.
I was gonna say I have never been accused of being a Steelers
Yeah,
fan.
no,
Never
no, no,
that.
no, no.
No, absolutely not.
But I'm just saying in general. So yeah, you
Yeah.
got those three going against you now is at the Bengals. Like, and Trey Hendrickson, I know he's defensive, but he's leaving.
Yeah, he's on. The
So
move.
it's like
I'm hearing a lot of rumors of him to the Cowboys.
I could see it.
I'm seeing him to the Cowboys.
I could see it.
Yeah. Which I don't understand why he wants to go to one, mind my French, shitty front office to another one. Because we know what's going on. What they call it Jerry World. I
Yeah.
mean, it's Jerry Jones does what Jerry Jones wants.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't know why he'd want to go from one dysfunctional organization to another dysfunctional organization. Money talks. You know what I mean? I mean, look at Miles Garrett. I'm leaving. I want out. I'm probably going to Detroit. Well, you were going to make you the most highest paid defensive player of all time. Oh, you know what? I love Cleveland. It's great. It's great. I love it here.
Well, we talk about that
I
all
love
the
it here.
time too. Money can change a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, is loyal is in my experience of watching and spectating for as long as I have. I mean, you guys think these people are loyal, but money talks. I mean, you got a guy that's literally, I don't want to say ever said screw the team or anything, but Miles Garrett, like, screw this, I'm done, I want to win. Well, what if we give you
valid
this?
though.
Okay.
I mean, it's valid though. I mean, put yourself in his shoes.
Sure.
You're a generational athlete.
Yeah.
A guy like you comes around once in 100 years. You know what I mean? Like, you are with a team that drafted you, so you obviously have love for the team, the organization, the city, and you want to be nice about it, but you want to win.
Yeah.
You don't want to be somewhere where you're going to lose forever and ever and ever. So I mean, when he said that, I completely understand it. I back it. And even if he were still want to leave, I would understand it. As a Browns fan, I would be upset about it. I would be mad that he would want to leave, but look, man, I get it. Like, I'm going to catch a lot of heat for this, for what I'm about to say. And please, I say
comment, guys. I respond to every comment.
I say this with love. I am almost to a point where I love Justin Jefferson as a receiver so much and as a human. I almost want him to go find somewhere to win. As much as I want it to be in Minnesota, I don't think it's here. Unless we bring in a Joe Burrow, unless we bring in a big guy, I don't think that we're going to be able to get a quarterback that's going to be able to be that great in time with Justin Jefferson. So, I mean,
a quarterback and a running back, I really feel like is all you guys are away from doing big things.
In my opinion, dude, I think we have a lot of work on our offensive line too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's hard. The offensive line is, we talked with Coach Todd and Hudson Copenhaver.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, they both like that is one of the hardest positions to play in, coach, because you're putting your
For
body
sure.
in unnatural elements, even right off the rip. Like as soon as you get to the line,
Right.
now you're fighting with another 300-pound dude getting in your face trying to get after it.
Literally the trenches.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I feel like it is a coachable position. It is a hard position, but I don't know. I still feel like if you took a Jared Goff, a Joe Burrow, controversial to say, but even a Kyler Murray, and put him back behind that line, I feel like it would be a lot different. I feel bad. I feel bad for not Vikings fans, but
No, rip the
for
Band-Aid off. Say it.
I feel bad for like the mentality that the front office put in of JJ McCarthy being your guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, he's not.
He's not.
I look at a veteran like Sam Darnold and what he did for you guys.
Mhm.
You didn't re-sign him. Seahawks pick him up.
Yep.
Look what he did
Win
for the
Super Bowl.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Well, you got to think. What did Minnesota do the minute that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl? We fired our GM who made that decision.
Sure.
So great move.
Sure.
Shouldn't have had to make that move because we shouldn't have had to get rid of Sam Darnold. Not only that, but you also forgot to mention that there was another quarterback who was amongst the MVP candidates who also was in Minnesota last year.
Yeah.
And is a starting quarterback, Daniel Jones. We also had him in the building. So we had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones in the same building at the same time. And what do? We get rid of both of them and say JJ's our guy. Again, Kevin O'Connell, from what I'm hearing, wanted to go with Sam Darnold. So that makes me happy. KOC, I absolutely love what he's done with our team, what he did with the Rams. I think he is a great quarterback whisperer. But I think he needs to find the right quarterback to do so. I don't think that he can take.
There you go. 2 minutes ago, Zane Gonzalez, kicker to the Dolphins.
Okay.
Which they need.
I saw the Dolphins and I'm like, oh no, they do something crazy.
I tell you what, who's making a little splash for himself that I like is Harbaugh. And I watched something today that I could not agree with more. But he made the most, what I'm going to call 4-dimensional chess move ever.
Mm-hmm.
His last day as a Baltimore coach gives Mark Andrews his extension. And then, so what do the Ravens do? They're stuck with Mark Andrews, right? So they just dropped Isaiah Likely and the Giants picked him up.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup. In my opinion,
I feel like he is giving Jackson Dart some weapons to really utilize.
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah. I think Baltimore just got rid of their best tight end.
Ones I have right now, Gunnar Olszewski signed his extension. They picked up Isaiah Likely. And then they get, Greg Newsome, offensive tackle, Jermaine Elemanor. They've made some moves.
Yeah.
They're going to protect Jackson Dart and they're
like
going to
give
him some weapons.
Trying to make big old holes for Cam Scatterwood too. I like that a lot. Bolstering the offensive line. Again, I don't care who you are. If you're bolstering the offensive line, I think it's a good move. I don't care who you are. I'm all for big guys getting paid. I love it.
Austin's Saints getting ETN and Noah Fant. I think those were two big pickups for them.
My mama raised me to if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about the New Orleans Saints. Pierre Thomas was down. Shout out Adrian Peterson and Brett Favre. We should have gone to the Super Bowl that year. Roger Goodell, you know what you did.
I hope some of these big names see this show one day.
Me too.
Last week we started talking about CJ Stroud a little bit, and Brett was like, "I really hope he never sees this." And I'm like, "I didn't say anything that he hasn't heard worse from reporters."
Yeah,
sorry.
Exactly. No, I mean, anything that I refuse to say about the New Orleans Saints, I would absolutely love to say to Drew Brees, anyone. That's all I will say. Pierre Thomas was down. Shout out Brett Favre, Adrian Peterson. Side note, Brett Favre had his best passing season statistically when he was with Minnesota. You might not know that, but
Who do you have? Who was he thrown to? I mean,
Sidney,
was
Percy
Randy
Harvin.
Moss gone?
Yeah, Percy Harvin and Sidney Rice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never followed the Saints, or not the Saints, jeez, Pete. They're stuck in my brain now.
Yeah.
I never followed the Vikings much. I mean, obviously Randy Moss days, like watched
Right.
a lot of his footage, but
Right.
I don't know. Dante Culpepper. I mean, I remember watching some of that stuff, but like I was never a crazy big follower
Yeah.
of the Vikings.
A lot of people aren't.
I obviously my great grandpa grew up huge Browns fan.
Mhm.
Instilled in me. My dad. For a minute, I liked the Steelers and watched them, but once all of the drama started with Le'Veon Bell, that's when I was like, screw this. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I've watched them for solid years. I mean, followed them for solid years, but I don't know. To me, it was just like all the drama and the BS behind Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. I mean,
I was
it
about
was
to ask
just
you.
it
Yeah.
was just starting to get a lot, and it's like I don't want really involved in that. So
I
just
feel
switched
that.
it back up to the Browns, and then always liked and always watched the Patriots too growing up. I feel like that was somewhere.
It was
you
hard
know,
not to. It was hard not to. They're always in the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, I mean, but even like normal broadcasting, like I feel like for a completely different state, like it's uncommon. Like I wish I
Yeah.
could watch more Lions games.
That's
I
fair.
wish sometimes I could watch Colts games.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I can't find them, whatever. But I don't know what made me go down that rabbit hole, but
How do you think? I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you think that Tua is gonna do in Atlanta? A lot of these reporters seem to think he's gonna do pretty well. But I don't know.
I think he's gonna do fine. It's gonna be interesting to see, because like here's one of my things, and Jesse and I were talking about this the other night while we were gaming. Like there were a lot of times I still feel like Stefanski in the Browns or with the Browns got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And I feel like there were a lot of times like some things that happen, certain signings, anything, draft picks, whatever. I don't feel like he had his name in the hat as much as people think. And I feel like it came from above him. But then when it backfired, he was the one that had to take the blame.
Right.
So that being said, I want to see him go to Atlanta and succeed. Some way, shape, form. Like I don't want him to go to Atlanta and be another crappy coach and everybody just dog on him.
I get that.
But he notoriously, now this is the second team that he is head coaching that he has done this with, creates some sort of a quarterback battle. And so that's going to be the number one question is who's even going to start?
Well, again, I feel like this goes back to what you were just saying, that he wasn't with the organization when they signed Michael Penix. So, I mean, is he to blame for them having to have a quarterback battle? You know
I mean, well, it's
because
but why
if he
would
went
you
in
go
there,
after Tua?
because he doesn't believe in Michael Penix, in my opinion.
So you're creating that competition.
I don't.
That's what I mean by that. I'm not saying vindictively or
I get what you're
maliciously
saying.
going in there and saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna start some tension."
But
no,
I get it.
I think like realistically, like, guess what? Me as a coach, I don't believe that you're my guy. I'm gonna get who I think could be my guy. And guess what? Now it's up to you guys to kind of prove me wrong.
I kind of like that. No,
and I feel
the way you just broke that down for me, I kind of almost changed my mind about that. I almost kind of like the way that he's lighting a fire under both of them.
Yeah.
But it almost still kind of raises questions to me, because in my opinion, if I had Tua and Michael Penix, I don't think I'd even, no disrespect, I think I'd be starting Tua.
I think Tua, I will tell you this, Tua with Atlanta has better weapons and healthier options.
Kyle Pitts.
Healthier options than Miami.
Yeah. Who's their other receiver? Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and then in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Hold on. I'm gonna get it. Running back for Texas. Oh man, I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, Bijan.
That's exactly who it was. It's a seizure brain.
You were talking about receivers, so I was at receiver brain.
I was saying running back.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking running back.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, he's got great, healthy weapons and options. he had Tyreek down in Miami. He had Johnny
Yeah,
Smith. I can't remember his quarterback or not quarterback, tight end
yeah, yeah.
2 years ago, but it
Hold on, Mike Gesicki or after Mike Gesicki?
was like the 23 and 24 season.
I don't really follow the
I'm drawing
Dolphins
a
a whole lot.
blank,
I'm drawing
but
a blank as well. Yeah,
I feel like regardless, I want to say he's going to do better in Atlanta than he did with Miami.
yeah,
I feel like he also has a fire under his butt. I mean, from that last press conference, which I thought was powerful in a way. I
yeah,
mean, him literally saying like, oh, look, they're talking about it too. Him literally saying like, yeah, guys, I'm not the guy. Like, I'm only good when Tyreek's on the field. I'm only good with whatever, whatever. I mean, like that was kind of in a way like emotional. Like
yeah,
he's taken so much of that blame on himself.
yeah. That's very
I
true.
mean, but when you look at it and you have one receiver who broke his leg, like no offense to Jalen Waddle, but like you're not
In the way that it happened too.
sure. But I'm just saying like Jalen Waddle's only one threat. So now you take away Tyreek and you've got Jalen Waddle. Everybody knows who the hell you're throwing to.
Is this me reading into this a little bit? But do we think that this Tyreek injury is a little worse than everyone thinks it is? If now was this Tua getting released or did he want out?
I think he got released.
Okay, because I was gonna say if he asked for a release, do we think that this Tyreek injury is pretty bad? Like pretty bad? Because
Um,
that would let's be honest, dude. That was one of the that and the Malik Neighbors injury were two of the pretty scary injuries that I saw last year. That was
I think that
yeah.
was Tyreek and Scattaboo for me.
Oh, Scadaboo as well.
But
Yeah, that's no joke either. I forgot
um,
about that.
I don't know. I don't think I. Obviously, it's kind of a cliche answer, but time will tell. Number one, but
Yeah.
I, I don't know. I mean, look at Tatum with the Celtics. Snapped his leg, and then he's out there balling like a beast the other day.
You got don't bring up the Celtics. You got to rub it in, man. I got my Cavs stuff on.
I'm no,
They just
no.
beat us the other day, man.
Again,
Come on,
like
man.
I just started following the
No, I'm
Cavs
just-
again
I'm
with
just
James
kidding.
Harden
I'm just
coming
kidding.
back, but I'm just saying like every athlete's different and how they bounce back and how quick they bounce back from some of these injuries
Yeah,
is
honestly,
crazy. So I mean,
yeah.
I think personally, is Tyreek gonna have a rough maybe 4 to 6 games coming back? Probably. But I feel like once he really gets in his groove and stuff, I think he'll be okay. I mean, I like watching I watched some of Scadaboo's stuff, Malik Neighbors,
Yeah.
and then Tyreek's like those physical therapy videos, like the
Yeah.
training that they're doing and the work they're putting in.
Mhm.
I feel like he's gonna bounce back just fine. That's an interesting take. Kyler Murray or Daniel Jones?
Are you asking me?
No, yeah.
I think I might. I think
I know
Kyler.
my pick.
I think Kyler is a better athlete, but I think I might take Daniel Jones just because, and this is going to sound crazy, just because of height, just because he's taller. Because I feel like the problem with Kyler Murray is a problem that everyone's saying is the problem with Diego Pavia. Because Diego Pavia is too short. He can't see over the offensive line. They said that about Dylan Gabriel too. They said he can only see downfield and can't see over the middle of the field. It's like, well, I think he was the number one pick in the NFL draft. And not only that, we're forgetting he's the only player in sports history to get drafted top 10 in two sports. He got drafted top 10 in the MLB by the A's, and he got drafted number 1 overall by so he's a great athlete.
Yeah.
For sure.
Me personally, I'm picking Kyler Murray.
That's fair.
I feel like with any quarterback, number one, first and foremost, is the protection. If you can get them the protection, they're going to succeed. Any quarterback, you got to get them protection. Secondaries get them those weapons. And I feel like if he had the protection, I feel like even with Arizona, his weapons were there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't necessarily utilize them so much.
Yeah.
Probably could have given Marvin Harrison Jr. some more looks.
Probably could have got him to stop playing Call of Duty and Overwatch so much as well.
Trey McBride, I mean, he's up there and another great weapon, but I mean, we were talking about your Vikings being a running back away. Throw a good running back up there with Arizona, and I feel like that's about where they are, but it comes down to that protection. So you get Kyler Murray some protection, I think he's gonna ball out.
Have you heard about the whole Kyler Murray plays worse when Call of Duty XP weekends are out.
Mhm.
That have you seen that he was playing Overwatch the 5 minutes after he got released?
Doesn't shock me.
He was on Overwatch 5 minutes. 5 minutes after he got released from the Cardinals. He's like, I gotta blow off some steam. I'm gonna go play Moira real quick.
Jesse and I, we game, at least I'm going to say, depending on the week, what all we got going on. I mean, 2 to 4 times a week. And we really used to hit up Call of Duty quite a bit.
Yeah, but you don't let it
But
affect your work like
no,
Kyler Murray
no,
does.
no. I mean, I've definitely, even back in my past, gaming with Gene, we would put in the hours
Oh yeah,
on
I
Call
feel
of
it.
Duty.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
literally like, dude, I got to work tomorrow. Come on, one more.
It's
The
like, dude,
infamous
one
one
more, man.
And
The zombies run. It's like, dude,
yeah,
one more run, and you're on for another 4 hours.
yeah,
You're on round
yeah.
75, and you're like, okay,
We
all right.
switched up quite a bit to CFB and a little bit of Madden, but mostly CFB just because, like, dude, the Call of Duty lobbies were crazy. So it keeps entertained, I guess. Kyler Murray, good for you keeping that attention span there, but I can't deal with some of those lobbies.
A little side note, little side venture, real quick. Have you heard of a new game called Marathon?
No,
People have been playing a whole lot. It's like, think if like
talk to us about it, Chandler.
Escape from Tarkov met Apex, right?
Okay.
So like it's an extraction shooter where you can take stuff in, and if you are in with all that stuff and you die, you lose it, right? But if you go in, you can get some stuff and then come back. Each player has a different ability and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. It's made by Bungie, same people that made Halo and Destiny.
Okay.
Made this. No,
Good deal.
you should give that a try.
Next time we come over, if we do like any like day, like Tuesday during the day, like just you and I stuff, we might want to plan just something to think of. I know, like, obviously we keep the podcast, rolling and stuff like that, but maybe Tuesday's our live day.
That'd be cool.
And
That'd be cool.
start broadcasting that a little bit, getting that hype out there.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday would be like me and or you going live.
Yeah.
And just talking to our audience see if we can get any people in.
Yeah.
Cavecast.
That'd be sweet.
My brothers over at Cavecast, they do a coffee time is what they call it. Eric does it. It's normally every morning between like 9 and 10. Check it out, guys. He does some pretty cool stuff, but just talks about a lot, talks about kind of like weekly recaps, what's going on. Like this past one, he had a little bit short one. Last Tuesday had a little bit of a short one, but he was just kind of talking and he's going through some stuff. So just talks to his audience about that. And like, I literally just happened to type on and I'm like, hey dude, what's up? Like, I'm here for you. Head up, keep your head up, and he was like so excited to like see our name come across, to give a shout out, stuff like that.
That's
he
cool,
got
man.
us probably another 15 subscribers.
That's really cool.
So we
man.
can go
Oh, yeah.
live on YouTube now because of Cavecast.
That's awesome.
So
man. Shout out them. That's really cool.
I was really happy with that.
That's really cool. Something we also got to talk about. Michael Pittman and Steelers. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like him and DK are going to be great weapons.
They're building up.
The ultimate question is, and it's all opinion based right now because it's all hush hush, and I feel like there's going to be some big extravagant blowout show about it. So who's going to be the quarterback?
It's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
I hope he's done.
I think it's going to be Aaron. He was on, did you see him on the other day?
No.
He was on Pat McAfee a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And he didn't give an answer, but he didn't not give an answer. He sounded like he wants to play more football.
Yeah, and
if I had to guess, as someone who's had to deal with this, I want to say something not too nice. He's been in a division against my Vikings. I had to deal with that dude for God knows how many years. And then now he's with the Steelers, and I'm a Browns fan, and now I got to deal with him again. I've had to deal with him so many times. I can't stand him, but I'm telling you, it sounds like that guy's playing football.
Yeah, at some point, in your life, your career, like, know when to hang them up, man. You're 43 years old. You've broken records. You've won Super Bowl.
This is storybook, though. Who did they just sign as their head coach, though?
I know.
That's the guy who won him his
I get it.
Super Bowl, and he won an MVP with
I get it.
With Mike McCarthy. So, like, dude, this is storybook. He's going to retire. If I had to guess, he's going to retire this year. What's happening this year is like what LeBron's going to do next year when he comes back to the 216 and he comes home.
I hope not.
God,
we can. Yeah, I don't.
he's
I
our
don't
missing
think.
piece.
I
He's our
mean,
missing
I
piece.
don't
How
think anything's gonna be said, but I mean, like by pro athletes, like saying this type of stuff. But like, he's just. I don't know. I lost a
he
lot of respect for LeBron. He's actually. LeBron is the reason why I stopped following and watching basketball so much. And then realistically, even like last year, like I've heard like Austin and my boss and friends talk about going to Cavs games, and like
mhm,
I've always kind of thought about it, not thought about it,
yeah.
but like up until this year when we got James Harden, like I really started following the Cavs more after we got James Harden because like I like him, and
Yeah.
I remember watching him with
Yeah.
Houston growing up.
Literally, he's arguably the greatest scorer in NBA history. So I mean, he's up there, arguably. Him, Kevin Durant. I mean, that those are the two arguments for the modern day, anyway.
I
I
don't
mean,
I
but
don't know
my
a lot about basketball. Like I said, I quit following it for a minute and kind of just picked back up.
yeah,
But
basketball was my first love. Basketball was the sport that I fell in love with as a kid. This the first sport that I played, watched, I knew in and out. It's the first sport that I watched, podcasts about and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm a big basketball fan. And my first game was LeBron's rookie year, 2003. 30 or no 20 games into the season, they're playing the Milwaukee Bucks. And the reason that my mom and my stepdad at the time chose that game is because my stepdad was an Ohio State fan, as we all are. Michael Redd, if you remember him, I don't know if you know who that is, played for Ohio State, played for the Bucks. We got to see Michael Redd, LeBron, all that when I was young. That was really fun. That was
yeah,
sweet.
I want to do. I think over time is where you start growing, putting in a little ticker down at the bottom of our screen, kind of like they do.
Oh yeah.
They just I don't necessarily want to go over like a lot of like the analyticals like and like the stat lines down there, but like even like at the end of it it said like this is a comedic informative show, like our opinions do not reflect those of our peers, our boss,
Dude,
or
I'm telling you,
ESPN.
I'm not going to
At
chop that
the
whole
end
thing
of
down
it
right now. I know that entire thing.
at the
I know
end
that
of
entire
it it
thing, I
says
swear.
like don't sue us, like please don't sue us. Like I think it's
The opinions
hilarious.
expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN.
Yeah.
Said there may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. So I get it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious, but it's
Yeah.
also a great idea. Like
Yeah.
the things we say, guys, about pro athletes don't necessarily reflect anybody else's opinions.
Anybody else's beliefs but our own.
Yes. So don't
Except
sue us.
every Vikings fan knows Pierre Thomas was down. That was not a first down. They changed the rules of the overtime that season. Look it up.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, we're going to cut it short here. We're going to go ahead and hop off. Really appreciate everybody hopping on. I'm going to get editing. This will be released tomorrow. So I'll get editing on this here today. Hopefully have like a Wednesday release. If not, it will be Thursday. So just keep watching with us, guys. Chandler, thanks for coming on and joining us.
Thank you for having me, man.
Getting to know you a little bit better with the crowd. So
Yeah, man.
guys, thanks again for watching and joining in, and we'll see you next week with Rittman Baseball.
See you guys.
See ya.